Continuing with loops in this video, but we're going to be looking at running totals. Now, running totals are an example of a standard algorithm. A standard algorithm is just a piece of code that is used all the time by programmers. There's actually a question that's quite common in the exam. It will ask you something like, name a standard algorithm. I can't remember the exact wording, and it's only worth 1 mark. And all you have to say, even if you don't remember the contents of this video, I hope you do remember the contents of this video, but all you've got to say is running total as one of your examples. There's a few more we'll be looking at, but running total is one of your standard algorithms to remember. So what is it? It's when you start off with a number, usually 0, and you keep adding more to it. Usually it's going to be from a user, so they're going to be typing in something. So some of the classes did do this in 3rd year. I don't think not every class got a lot of opportunity to start this. So hopefully this expands on what was actually happening behind the scenes when we covered this. So let's highlight the variables as before. And notice how we've got I there. I is again just for index. Right. And just the first variable in each line. I'm not too bothered about them, I don't want to get confusing. So total, I'm jumping the gun. Let's put our arrows in. Right, 0 to 4. It's not just 4 times, it's 5 times because you're counting 0 itself. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, so put 5 there. And then we've got our arrow there. Right. Let's put the columns in. Total, I, number, and that's it. So total is 0. It's usually going to be 0. For I from 0 to 4. So I is set to 0. Unless you say print I, you're never going to see it, but it is 0. Receive number from integer keyboards. The number we're going to get is 4. Set total to total plus number. So what we're saying is overwrite total. So we've got total here. Let's overwrite it by saying its current self. Its current self is 0 plus whatever number is at this moment. Number is currently 4. So it's 0 plus 4 is 4. Then we loop round. As in the last video, I goes up by 1. This will happen every time. Receive another number from the keyboard. We're going to get 2 this time. Set total to total plus number. So set total, we're going to override this. We're going to put something new down here to its current self, which is 4, plus the current value of number, 2. So that makes 6. Notice how number is actually being overwritten. There's only one number variable, but each time you go around the loop, you take a new number, you're actually overwriting it as well. But it doesn't really matter because that's the whole total is keeping track of it. This is just a temporary variable for us as far as we're concerned. So we go around again. The I will of course go up by 1, and then we receive the number from the keyboard. This time we get 6. So as before, we are overwriting total with 6, because it's currently 6, plus the current number, which is 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Go around, and then you get to that. Get the next number, it's 2. You could probably see where this is going. 2 plus 12 on this line. 2 plus 12 is 14. We go around again. Again, this goes up to 4. And we are going to add 1 to that. So 1 plus 14 is 15. And then the loop ends, and then you print the total. Then you send the total to display, and you write 15. Now, the position of this is quite important, right? See if this send total to display was inside the loop. What would happen is you would see the total every time it changes. So you would see 4, 6, 12, 14, 15. You might actually want that, but because it's outside the loop, you're only going to see the final answer there. Some things to mention is if you miss out this line, right, If you miss out that line, or this line wasn't here, nothing is going to work. Why is nothing going to work? Because it's going to go 4i from 0 to 4, and it will say receive number from integer keyboard, so you'd get 4, and set total. Well, you can write total equals, but it's this bit where it's going to break. It's going to say total plus number. You can't do that because you haven't got a current total. So you could just do add number, right? So you could get that out as well. The problem here is it's just going to keep overriding it. It's not going to set a total. So the total would be 4. Sorry, it would be 4. Then it would be 2. Then it would be 6. Then it would be 2. Then it would be 1. So nothing's going to work unless you have this bit and unless you have total here. So these two bits are very important, but easy to miss out all the same. That's why I'm pointing it out. To wrap up this video, I'm going to quickly show how to do this in Python. I'm not going to type it out. I've already got it typed out. Right, so what we've got is it asks for 5 numbers, right? So I'm just going to run this. And I'm going to type out the numbers 4, 2, 6, 2. Notice how this ended at 14. Now, this isn't a mistake in the code. If you look at it, 4i in range 0 to 4, 4i from 0 to 4. This is just the Python way of doing it. But the truth is, Python is different from every other programming language. So in the SQA exams, in the coursework, they'll say from 0 to 4. And that's because in every other programming language, you would just write 0 and 4. Python is different for some reason. I'm not sure why. What you've got to do in Python to make it go round is, well, it reaches the 4th time, so it will go 0, it will go round once, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and every other language would go round once more, but Python won't. Python will just stop. So what you've got to remember is, if you see this in your coursework, you need to add 1 extra just to keep Python happy, just to make it do what it's meant to do. Otherwise, the program won't be complete. It takes a bit of getting used to, but it's just what you've got to do. So if we run that now, we can get our 4, 2, 6, 2, 1. And there you go, 15. Right. So that's everything. Quite a lot in this video, actually. A lot to remember of how this is working. How you need the total at the start, how you need total here, how you've got to add 1. So yeah, thank you for listening.